All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Frustrated Programmer. A few hours ago, I realized that my browser environment was not conducive to what I'm trying to achieve with the streaming and whatnot. There was some my history and other alternate usernames and stuff that I don't want to share. And so I set up a new environment through Firefox, the new developer edition, which is pretty sweet. And I'll probably be using it when I approach web development problems. Okay, but for right now, we need to continue where we left off, and we were trying to develop a better project structure for the counting cards project. And we were adding a subdirectory CMakeList.txt, right? And then we'll create some more unit tests at the end because I need to do that. All right, so let's get started, and I'll screen share you. Entire screen. Share. Ooh boy. Okay, there you go. Having a nice look at my clean terminal right after I ran my bash alias for in updating my system. I'll share that with you. It's an Arch Linux operating system, right? So you use your sudo pacman -sy. I always say negative. It's just a flag, but that's how I say it in my head. SYU whatever. That's how you update it, right? But I also have the core installed. At least I assume that's how you Pacor, whatever. The portmanteau of the word Pac-Man, and the whatever the R stands for. I don't really know. AUR. It's this thing where it's a pretty much non-regulated repository of packages for Arch Linux. Anyway, they both take similar commands, so let's try this. Oh, that's what it's alias to. And Pacor runs both its own updating through the R repositories and Pacman's updating. So if I run it now, there you go, nothing to do. All right, so let's go to our root directory, C+, counting cards, simulation. First thing we'll do is we'll check our status. And we have modified the CMake list, but I don't want to commit it yet because I'm not done changing stuff. So let's see what we did last time in part 1. Okay, I'm not very good at reading these yet. Oh, I added some spacing and some categorization names. That's it. Looks like just some formatting stuff. So we haven't done anything real useful yet. So let's go back. Ooh, looky here. It's the it's my post on Reddit. Ooh, it's this post. Anyway, let's actually, I don't want to close that yet. Whoops. All right, there we go. And what does that look like? The original is above it. Interesting. Okay. Do they pin tabs here? They sure do. Okay. So this is the new developer edition, and it's running on a dark theme, which I like. It's pretty cool so far. I'm running it with max security settings and stuff, so it should not belie my intentions. What were we doing? Oh, I guess the decision we left on was rather to have the header directories in an include folder and have the implementations here, or not. Don't know. So far, it looks like that's only. I don't have a very complicated object structure, and I'm not releasing a library, so it's right now it's easier for me to leave them all in the same folder, which I'm going to do. Although I am going to take all the unit testing code out of here because it doesn't make sense. And so I'm going to remove the testing directory, which was not for unit testing. That was for a build configuration that suppressed all warnings and just tried to run the code as best it could. So you could test your logic and stuff. And well, excuse me. I need a more calorie-dense diet. Okay, so we removed that. That means we need to edit our init folder because we no longer have that. I think you always need, I think for POSIX compliance, you need one new line at the end of your bash scripts. I think that's right. Let's check. That query didn't work. Let's try necessary new line in the bash script. Actually, we're not testing bash. We want shell. That didn't work either. Is a new line necessary at the end of bash script? We're just getting the same ones. Okay. New line POSIX. Well, I don't know. Maybe somebody else can help me out, but I think I remember reading it somewhere. Is there anybody in the Hangout now? Let's change the tabbing here. Nobody's chatting with me, so I'll just continue on. Okay. So we need to add our unit testing. Maybe should they be subdirectories of the source folder or subdirectories of the root folder? I don't know. Let's see. They are code. They are unit testing. So what would we would have to have a new folder called unit test source or something similar, akin to that. I think that looks pretty ugly. It wouldn't make sense. I think source should be divided into main, or like the things needed for the executable and things needed for the unit testing. Let's do that. What will we call the new directory for the unit tested? We could just call it testing. Or we could ask the internet, because somebody else has thought about this longer and more than I have. Folder structure unit testing. This one, huge project, tons of classes. Do I need to make my unit test project mirror these directories? Do I put them all at the root directory? You definitely want your unit test directories to mirror the directories of the code under test. It is a mild pain to set up manually, but that pain doesn't last nearly as long as the pain of having all your tests in a pile, or even worse, having them in some different structure than the code under test. Evidently, you're not using Java, or your test code would already have the same package structure. Ooh, I do Java. Fuck you. I'd favor having unit tests in the project directory to keep them physically close to the code they are supporting. That doesn't, whatever. Directory containing the unit test for one component package. Okay, well, if it's going to mirror our directory so far, there's nothing to mirror. There's no folders, subfolders. Let's just make a testing folder. And we'll move test data and tests to testing. Okay. I'm actually going to change the name of this because it's kind of ambiguous to main. Or we have it called main test. I guess that's fine. I want capital letters though. Whoops. There we go. Device test, huh? Okay. Now let's work on this CMakeLists thing. So I want to open a file called CMakeLists in the source directory. Oops, I did that backwards. And over here, I'll open the old one. I'm going to copy and paste most of that. Or I guess to kill and yank or something. Most of the text from there. I don't really know how to do this. Never done it before. Let's have somebody else do it. Does it? Let's look at KDevelop. Or not KDevelop, KDE. Is it hosted in GitHub? Maybe not. Kentucky Department of Education. There we go. You just go to the Kentucky Department of Education, it's like empty. 404, not found. Let's see. Or maybe it's just guides on how to make moonshine. Well, where is... I just want to see your source, dude. Eh. Oh, it's fine. Jesus Christ. Yeah, fine. Whatever. Oh, God, that's not what I wanted. I thought join the game and help us program the shit. Manifesto. Get involved? That's probably it. Development. By becoming a... Fine, just take me to the damn link to see your source. Getting and building the code. Wow, this is a complicated endeavor, huh? Mentor program. Shit. They have a mentor program? I don't use KDE at all, but this is pretty impressive. Whatever. This is bad. I just need KDE source. Motherfucker. Where is this? Building the source code. Here we are, the frustrated programmer. I'm getting frustrated. I can't find the fucking source code. Source. The source step is obtaining a local copy of the source code that you want to build for a detailed explanation of where to obtain. Motherfucker. You're still migrating to Git? Looks like this is it. This is such bullshit. I just want to see some CMake files. How fucking hard is that? What is this? Applications, education, games, graphics, libraries. I don't give it any of that shit. Just what the fuck? Let's look at this. Oh, fuck this. God damn it. I don't know what any of this shit is. This looks promising. Automates building separate KDE repositories in one go using CMake. This is pissing me off. Yep, it's done. I'm not doing this anymore. Fuck you, KDE. Jesus Christ. Alright. Oh, I made that mistake earlier. Yeah, C double underscore. I'm sure that'll be a language at some point. We don't really want C++ necessarily. We just want KD or CMake, right? Yeah. Maybe this has that. This means nothing to me. Project sponsors. Not a good query again. Crawling back, KDE. Fine, this looks fine. And actually, I don't want to do this here. I'll open up a TeamOx session. I'll do it here in my Scratch folder. Whoops. I have a pretty fast internet connection, so hopefully this doesn't take too long. In the meantime, let's just try some generic research into the problem at hand. Directory. Okay, shit. CMake. This looks interesting. In my experience, the CMake documentation officially has sucked. Sorry about that. Looks like it's done. What do we have here? Let's look at your CMake lists. Project KDE base apps. Set CMake module path. CMake current source directory. CMake modules. Okay, that makes sense. Include SeeTest. What does the include function do? Let's just go to the CMake documentation. Load and run CMake code from the file given. Variable reads and writes. Access the scope of the caller. If optional is present, then no error is raised if the file does not exist. If result variable is given, the variable will be set to the full file name which has been included or not found if failed. If a module is specified instead of a file, the file with the name blah blah blah.cmake is searched first, then in the CMake module directory. Something to do with CMake and CMake modules, I guess. So let's explore what that means in the terms of this. Oh, that's bizarre. This one just sets a bunch of variables. Okay, we've exited that, and I don't see one for just something called SeeTest. We have SeeTest config. I don't know. See, okay, so now I'm getting frustrated. I have no idea what that means. Oops. I have no idea what this line does. This right here. What the fuck does this do? Is anybody listening to me? Maybe they know. Anybody in chat? 2 viewers. Holy shit, that's cool. Okay, well, if you're listening, do you know? Maybe not. If you are, then I'm over here in the group chat area if you want to talk to me. All right, let's just ignore it for now. Find package and find other package. Include. These are all other CMake code things. Add subdirectory lib, KDevelopK, Conqueror, Plasma. So those are all directories where we should find more CMake lists. Try that. Let's look at Conqueror. I don't really know. I think that's a web browser for KDevelop. or KDE. I don't know. There we are. Here's the subdirectory. So he's not specifying a minimum version or a project name or anything. Add definitions, whatever that does, and adds even more subdirectories. Some whatever install does. I don't know what that does. Let's look up that. See, why is this the third result? This command generates installation rules for a project. Rules specified by calls to this command within a source directory are executed in order during installation. Adds installation rules. There are multiple signatures for this command. Some of them define installation options for files and targets. Huh. All right, so let's look back at So this is some sort of install option. So what does that do? Targets, do they use that in here? No word yet from our, 3 viewers, crazy. Okay. Do they use targets in here? Files, programs, destination. If I was better at Emacs, I might be able to highlight all the words in all caps, because that's what I'm looking at as I'm scanning through this with my eyes. No, they don't use targets. Okay. So let's look back. So we've tried targets, library, runtime, framework, bundle. They don't use any of those. In the example that I have pulled up. They're installing files. What do they mean by that? The files form specifies rules for installing files for a project. File names, given as relative paths, are interpreted with respect to the current source directory. Files installed by this form are by default given permissions. Who cares? The programs form is identical to the files form, except that the default permissions for the installed file also include some other stuff. This form is intended to install programs that are not targets, such as shell scripts. Use the targets form to install targets built within the project. What does that mean, install a file? Rules specified by calls to this command within a source directory are executed in order. I don't know. My best guess is that you specify some shell scripting code and it just runs it in the order you specify. No comment. Actually, I guess I should pull up the YouTube page. Maybe you're talking there. I'm not really used to this yet. That would be this one, I think. No, this one. That's bizarre. Your browser does not currently recognize. They say Firefox at all. Oops, that's not what I need to do. That doesn't give me any information. All right, I guess I'll pull it up in Chrome. I'm gonna have to take you off screen share for a second though. Here we go, I've opened Chrome. And I'm gonna go to that Reddit page so I can follow the link. If I can find out where my bookmarks are. There they are. Okay. I'm at the Watch for People Code subreddit. And now I'm at YouTube. Follow the link. Find out where my bookmarks are. There they are. Okay. And I just muted myself. Is there any? No comments? Okay. I take it you guys are just as lost as I am. Huh. Okay. So I found out there was some sort of live control room where I can manipulate the some settings as I'm doing this, which is pretty cool. But I'm not gonna mess with it right now. Okay, back to, actually I'm gonna put this in a workspace that I'll never access, so I don't risk that before I screen share. Okay. And now I can screen share. Cool. All right. So where were we? We were looking at this stuff. Let's see what one of those files looks like. KM KF. My bad. Client.desktop. This is like a XML file. It's even got some characters I can't recognize with my my terminal here. I don't know. I don't know what the install command does. I don't know what this file is for. It's obviously the name Conqueror in a bunch of different languages, but fuck it if I know what they're doing. Now I'm frustrated. Whatever. You're installing a bunch of files, whatever that means. Alright, I've learned what I need to learn. Oops. And go back to the simulation folder. List.txt. This is what we'll do. I think I should be able to use a regular expression for that. I'll look. Let me make sure I'm yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Okay. We won't need this in here afterwards, will we? I hope this works. See, I haven't referenced game mechanics before this point in the root directory CMake lists, but it's being done here. And as long as I include that directory, subdirectory before, that's it. Let's try it out. Unknown command includes subdirectories. I spelled it right, so maybe it isn't. Maybe it's just singular subdirectory. I put that in the background, and now I brought it to the foreground. That's how I did that so fast. Oops. There we go. And put it to the background. Try CMake again. Motherfucker. What the fuck? Add sub. Are you kidding me? How about some consistency with your naming protocols? Maybe there is, and I'm missing some subtle difference between the words. Let me know if that's the case, huh? Nothing in chat. And whatever. So we're back. Turn into the foreground. Change that word. Shut up, i3. Add background. Run CMake. Cannot find source file. Oh, that's because I put them in testing. do a rectangular insertion of testing. Okay. And that will be less complicated when we make that its own CMake file. CMakeList.txt, that is. Okay, put it to the background. Is that named it testing? Oh, that's not called that anymore. Test. Cannot find card. Well, it's there. Oh, never mind. Because these are no longer in a subdirectory. I have two ways I could edit it like that. I could do this rectangular deletion, which is what I'm going to do. Or I could have done a search and replace with that term and nothing. But I like doing rectangular things. I think it's cool. See, I did it like that with rectangular. Or I could have done query replace, source with nothing, applied it to everything. Not sure which is more efficient, but actually I do know it's the search and replace. Otherwise I had to press the up button a bunch, but whatever. Okay, now let's try it again. Oh, that seemed to work. Let's why don't we remove everything and we'll run initializing and then we'll go to, okay, so we've got that, we've got our source. Why do we have source? Hell? Oh no. Now it's going to compile. Okay. I'm going to insert that. That. I don't think we want that, do we? Let's see if we can find some more information on project structure like that. So you put unit tests. Here we go. well, it doesn't seem to be very conventional yet. Unit tests are, as far as I know, sort of a modern concept. After all, the frameworks are pretty recent. Testing, fundamentals, advanced unit testing. I don't know if you're watching this, where do you put your unit tests? Let me know in the chat at Hangouts or over here on YouTube. I think you can comment live here. I don't know. All right. Where to put unit tests? Just like this. We currently create JUnit test classes and put them in a separate test bench package. And Java stuff. Well, that's it. I'm going to move these up. Oops. And actually, I need to make the folder first before I move it there. Or no, I don't. And I need to change some of these. Okay. Should be golden. Oh, that source folder. I don't know what it does. We'll compile. Oh. Oops. Tell me if there's a better way to do the includes, because that seems weird. It shouldn't be a relative path, I think. Let's just test this though. Let's run our tests. They look good. SeeTest looks good. MakeTest looks good. And that looks good. What is this? Okay, so it looks like if I'm in this debug folder and I do an out-of-source build, it pretends that the source directory is here and the testing directory is here. And so it goes ahead and adds those things to the source and the testing directories. I guess that's the behavior I want. I don't know. Let's look up some CMake examples. Following example demonstrates key ideas of CMake. Make sure you have CMake installed prior to running this example. There are 3 directories involved. The top level directory has 2 subdirectories called demo and hello. In the directory hello, a library is built. In the directory demo, an executable is built by linking to the library. A total of 3 CMakeList.txt files are created, 1 for each directory. Okay, that's what we're aiming for. The first top-level directory contains the following CMakeList.txt file. Okay, specifies the minimum version and the project name, and adds the subdirectories. Okay, that's what we've done so far. What does that say? Recurse into the hello and demo subdirectories. This does not actually cause another CMake executable to run. Oh, well, yeah, you wouldn't want another process. The same process will walk through the project's entire directory structure. Okay, they're talking about Linux processes there, or Windows, or whatever, the computer process. It does not run another process of CMake. The same instance that you're in does the recursion into your subdirectory structures. That's what they're saying. Then for each subdirectory specified, CMakeList.txt files are created. In the .hello directory, the following CMake text file is found. Created. Create a library called hello, which includes the source file hello.cpp. The extension is already found. Any number of sources could be listed here. Add library. Make sure the compiler can find include files for our hello library when other libraries or executables link to hello. Target include directories. Make sure the compiler can find include files for our hello library when other libraries or executables link to hello. Okay, we need to look up that command. Any word yet from you guys? Nothing here. Nothing here. Guess I could check the Reddit thing, huh? Whoops, I meant the Reddit comments. Nothing there. Okay. Target include directories. Whoops, we want this one. Target include directories. Okay. Specify include directories to use when compiling a given target. The name target must have been created by a command such as add executable or add library and must not be an imported target. If before it's specified, the content will be prepended to the property instead of being appended. Oh boy, okay. The interface, public and private keywords are required to specify the scope of the following arguments. Private and public items will populate the include directories property of target. Public and interface items will populate the interface include directories property of target. The following arguments specify include directories. Specified include directories may be absolute paths or relative paths. Repeated calls for the same target append items in the order called. Okay, I have no idea what's going on. I'm over my head. I guess I don't really know what it means to include a directory. Add the given directories to those the compiler uses to search for include files. Relative paths are interpreted as relative to the current source directory. Oh, so include directories isn't like a command where you're telling CMake to include a directory. It's instead a list of directories which are for inclusion. Like you might have, whoops. Like that is a lot, but that would be an include directory. Oops. Shit. I forgot I just listed instead of actually traveling to that directory. So that worked out nice. Huh. So maybe if I specify the include directories in the CMake file, I don't have to put specifiers in the include commands for the preprocessor. Oh, it's getting difficult. How long have I been at this? Does this tell me? No. What about this? No. What about that? No. I don't know why the time never comes up on my videos. Looks like I'm not the only one with that problem though, huh? Maybe because I'm using a Google Hangout and linking to the YouTube link instead of making a YouTube live event and linking to the link. In my defense, YouTube live events are like unnecessarily complicated. All right. Well, I'm getting kind of hungry, so I'm going to put this off and let my brain marinate on it. I'll be back with part 3, though. See you guys later.